Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence, and today I want to talk to you about quality and about quantity. So if you've been in the creative space for a while, or even not just in the creative space, just in general, you've heard the phrase quality over quantity, right? And what do people mean by that? Well, they mean they would rather you make a good thing than make lots of things, right? And in a vacuum, yeah, it is better to make a good thing than to make lots of things. However, where I feel like the saying falls down is in the fact that you can make a lot of good things. You don't necessarily need quantity or quality, right? You can have both. And it's just about finding the formula that works for you. So they did this experiment some point in the past where they got two groups together, right? They had what were called the quality group and the quantity group, and both of these groups had to make these papier-mâché eggs, right? And they had an hour to do it, and the quality group had to make one egg in that hour and just basically like really make sure it's the perfect egg. And the quantity group had to make as many eggs as possible, right? So what happens is the hour passes, the quality group has this one egg, and the quantity group has like 50 eggs, right? Now, these eggs are then judged in terms of a few different factors, like how smooth the papier-mâché is the shape, you know, an egg shape? Is it the right egg shape? Is it the right size? Is the color from the various papier-mâché, is that smooth? Is there any glue hanging off it? That kind of thing, right? And you lose points depending on like imperfections and stuff. And there's a final score at the end for your egg, right? So the quality group had a pretty decent egg. It was all right, it was above average for sure. However, the quantity group, this is where it gets interesting. They had an awful lot of crap eggs, as you might expect. However, they had more than one egg. In fact, they had about 10, 15 eggs that were actually better than that one egg the quality group was making, that got a higher score, that fit the brief of like what this papier-mâché egg should be. Because they got into a flow state with it and they were just doing egg after egg after egg after egg. It's the same way, you know, in the 70s or the 60s, you might have your favorite band or artist. Like, I really like Pink Floyd, right? And I feel like they got into a right creative streak beginning in 1969 when they did More and they did Amagama, and then they went and did Atom Heart Mother, which led into Metal, which led into Obscured by Clouds, which led to the magnum opus of Dark Side of the Moon. That was the thing that made them mega famous, right? And then that started a whole new phase of their career. But in that time, they were just making stuff, making an album every year, sometimes 2 albums a year, just getting into that flow state and just doing it, right? And because they just did that, and rather than worrying about the end result so much, they ended up making some of the best music of their career in that time. I mean, they made Echoes in that time. They made Fat Old Sun in that time. They made Source Full of Secrets in that time. They made, Pillow of Winds and Fearless and all kind like Summer '68 and so many great songs that are some of their best songs that they ever made, right? And they did it very quickly and without perfecting everything too much, which started to paralyze them later on down the line. And they started actually making worse things whilst they had a higher threshold for quality. Like the Final Cut, for instance, they had a very high threshold for quality with that. And yet the album isn't as good as albums that came before. I still like the Final Cut, by the way. I actually like it more than The Wall. It's got some amazing songs on it, but that's kind of getting away from my point, which is that if you can get into that flow state and find a way of creating quality via quantity, you will be in a much better position than if you just try to strive for quality and if you drive for perfectionism, if you drive for just getting this one thing down perfect and nailed, because someone else will do it better just by shoddily running along doing the thing that they do, running through their motions, right? They will be able to achieve something that's better. Like I've got a friend, right, who's got a YouTube channel. I don't think he wants me to talk about because he's unlisted basically all the videos, right? But he got into a big flow state with it. He got to a point where he did a month where he released a video every 2 days, right? And he got so into this flow state. And he made some crap videos in that time, but he made some really good videos in that time. And he made a couple videos that actually sprung a few long-running series that we started to do that were things that would net him like 10, 50, 100,000 views. And these were things that we really enjoyed doing, that were creatively fulfilling, you know, and they were good. They were some of his best videos. And it's really interesting to see how if you can just get into that flow state, and if you can just start doing stuff rather than worrying about it, how you can make such better quality material. Take Joel Haver, for instance, one of my inspirations at the moment. He's doing this 12 features project right now, right? And he's getting into that flow state, and he's making some of the best films of his career, you know? Because he's gotten into that state of just doing one film, then the next, and the next, and the next. And like, you know, sure, I don't love some films as much as others, but overall, I feel like he's made some of the best films of his career in this year with this 12 features project. And I think that like that, and like with the Pink Floyd example, and like with the papier-mâché eggs, what you can learn from this idea of quantity over quality rather than quality over quantity is that quantity doesn't necessarily negate quality. You can have quantity and quality. It is possible. And all you need to do is find the formula that works for you. Find that flow state. Find the thing that inspires you and makes you really drive to get this thing done, to achieve this goal. And if you can get into that flow state, then you can do things beyond your wildest dreams. And it is kind of like having a superpower, in all honesty, as cliche and cheesy and like managerial pep talk as that might sound. It really is true. If you can get into a flow state, you unlock your own inner bloody brain power, right? And you can actually go out there and do so much with it. Like, for instance, doing these 2 videos a day, I don't have any videos backlogged, right? So I'm just uploading them twice a day. And it's a lot of content to do a day. I've never done videos this frequently before. And I find that these videos are quite nice to watch. They're just as good as the videos that I would spend a month working on, right? But I can make 60 times as many of them, right? So which is really better there? Is it the 10 minutes of funny material, or is it the 600 minutes of equally funny material? What is better? Is it to put effort into something, or is it to get good results, you know? I don't know the answer to that. Well, I have an opinion on the answer, but I feel like you probably have a different opinion. You might see the world differently. You might come at this from a different angle. And if so, I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments, and we can have a back and forth. And I'd like to do a follow-up video on this, particularly if we have some kind of disagreement, because it is certainly a distinct approach to creativity. And it can also be construed as like, this is the lazy way of just pumping shit out, you know? And I can understand that. And you don't want to fall victim to that. And that, a lot of that comes from commodification of your art and commercialization and sort of selling out and just getting, you know, uninspired by it and just running through the motions. You don't need to run through the motions just because you're making a lot of stuff. In fact, it gives you more opportunity to experiment and try weird things, you know? And from a happy accident comes future endeavors. Like with my friend's YouTube channel, for example, we did a video that was totally different from the thing he normally sort of does. And then it turned out that was quite fun. We enjoyed the video and it came out well and people liked it. So we were like, oh, we'll make some more of them. So we made like 15 more of them and then people really liked them. So that is a good example. Trying new things will lead you down interesting avenues. And I think if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video, it's that you can get something good done. You could get something good out now. Stop this video and just go make something right now and upload it to YouTube. Doesn't matter what it is, right? Just try it. See what happens. Take that risk. Do that thing. Jump into the abyss and see where it takes you. See what's on the other side. So yeah, that's going to be all from me. Thank you so much for watching this. Love you all. Doing day 2 of filming today for Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence. Lee is who's playing the role of Mickey Doherty. He's driving down at the moment. So once he gets here, we're going to start filming. So, oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to do this, and I really can't wait to show you it all. I'm going to try and get it edited for tomorrow, and I'll probably have a video out about it on Sunday. And then next week, we're doing 3 days of filming. We're doing, Monday, we're doing some of the office stuff. Then on Wednesday, John Henry, who plays the role of Leo Mickens, he came to me and was like, I should play this blind busker. I've got these cataract glasses. And I was like, I love it. I love it. I love the ideas. And it gave me an idea. So we're going to do that on Wednesday in Kingston. And then on Friday, I'm looking forward to this one the most personally, because we're going to have so much fun with it. And I get to play music through it. I'm going to be replaying the original gig from the film to make it into like this dreamlike sort of sequence to show his delusions of grandeur, because Johnny Mozzer plays gigs, open mics, as if he's playing fucking Glastonbury or something like that, you know. And I think that's so much fun. Or like an amphitheater, you know, or like an arena with like 200,000 people watching, like Queen Live Aid or something like that. That's how he treats it. Yeah. So I'm really excited for all this, and I can't wait to keep you updated on everything that's going on. I can't wait to show you this film when it comes out, because it is an example of quantity over quality, and I really want to you know, to show it to you all and see where that opportunity takes us down the line. So yeah, that's my piece for today. Thank you so much for watching this. Love you all. Take care. Go out and fucking make something, and then post it in the comments. I feel like I'm doing like some kind of infomercial. Yes. Do you want to buy this leaf? Yes. I don't know what accent that is. Do you want to buy this leaf? Yeah. This is a very nice, ornate, teal and yellow, you know, aged 30-year leaf. It came from a very nice oak tree. As you can see, it's a very large leaf. That's a double XL size leaf, perfectly fitting for the larger individual. Yes, as you can see, it covers an awful lot of the body. Yes, so I think the bidding will start at $50,000.